Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we're doing a pick a card or pick a gnome tarot reading, and we're going to be getting some messages that you need to hear right now at the time that you feel drawn in towards this video. So if you're here and you're watching, there are definitely messages that your spirit guides want to deliver to you today. So take a look at all three of these gnomes on screen and select whichever one you feel most drawn to. You can certainly feel drawn to more than one, or even all of them, that's fine. Just take notice of which one your eye keeps going back to, that you intuitively feel pulled towards. And once you've selected your gnome, you can watch through or skip ahead to your reading using the timestamps down below. While I have you here, I just want to remind you guys that I do offer personal readings. Currently, at the time that I'm posting this, I have my 2024 tarot and mediumship reading, which is an hour-long video reading where you can ask any question. I look at your year ahead and we get some messages from your spirit guides, ancestors, past loved ones, anyone who wants to come through. So go ahead and get that before it's gone, because that is a limited time offer. And if you're watching this, it doesn't matter what time you're watching this, by the way, this is a timeless reading. I most likely still have personal readings, life coaching, and my Goddess Energy Intention Oil up on my website, spiritpsychic.org. So check that out, okay? Once you've selected your gnome, you can begin, but if you're still selecting, pause now because I'm going to start getting into the readings. Hello, group number one. Let's see what messages are in store for you today. First card out for you is the Circle, and it's coming out in reverse. So I feel like if you selected group number one, there is some sort of loss, ending, breakup, separation, something that has come to a close, and you may still be facing some difficult feelings when it comes to that. If you're not in that circumstance, you may also be in a circumstance where your intuition, your heart, and your soul knows that something has to end. And this reading is trying to give you the courage to end that. Okay, what the Circle is talking about when it comes out in reverse is that love will seek itself out again. Money will seek itself out again. Whatever you are closing the door on, whatever you have lost, you will find something of equal or greater value. You know, this is reminding me of a short video that I saw the other day where the person was essentially saying, like, if you're afraid of leaving someone behind because you had these like strong, romantic, passionate feelings towards them and you had this vision of the future, it was pretty funny. They were saying, like, you felt that way from many people before and you're gonna feel that way again. So like, let this Joe Schmo go. Okay, they're nothing special, and this feeling that you have is not special to them, okay? Your heart is a slut, and it will seek out that same feeling, that same love again. Like, don't kid yourself here. Okay. But anyways, in all seriousness, you will have that love, that prosperity, whatever is ending, you will find it again. And, you know, you may actually find something better for you, something healthier, something more aligned. So allow these endings to take place. And when you're ready, life is waiting for you. The Circle, the spirit of the Circle of life is here, waiting for you to come back and dance again, after you've grieved, after you've closed the chapters that need to be closed. We have patience coming out. Beautiful message. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. Okay, so I feel if you selected group number one, you have to be patient with your heart. Okay, be patient with the healing process. It feels to me like you're creating space in your life. And when you create space, you know, it could be difficult. If this is a relationship, for example, that has ended or is ending, and like, let's just say you texted this person every day, you hung out 3 times a week, you had phone calls every single day, obviously it's gonna feel like there is a void after you break up with them, and that is no longer happening. And you know, you may be very upset for the next couple of days, maybe like a week, like violently upset, you can't stop thinking about it, whatever. That's the natural grieving process. However, after that, you will fill that time and that space with beautiful, loving friendships, relationships, hobbies. Think of all the hobbies you've been neglecting. Think of all the friends who could benefit from hearing from you more. Think of all the things that you want to learn in life that you didn't have time for. Think of, the good habits that you can now do more of. Filling that void is the next step towards healing. The first step is that violent grieving, like can't stop crying, can't stop, being upset by it, which is natural. And you should definitely, work through that. For me personally, and I literally just described this in another reading that I did, I will violently cry for like 3 days after a breakup of any kind, friendship, romantic, whatever. And then I'll get over it. Or I won't get over it. I'll go back to like my normal schedule, obviously. Like I can't just keep crying. And it's not like me saying, all right, time to go back to the normal. Like, no, I'll literally cry until I have no more tears left. And then I like get back to my, regularly scheduled programming. And, it doesn't mean I'm fully over it yet. However, the next step is, and this step usually lasts a couple of weeks, I feel, or months for some people, filling that empty space up with uplifting activities, hobbies, habits, etc. So this may look like planning a new night every single week where you hang out with friends. This could be calling up friends more often. This could be focusing on a hobby that's been long neglected. This could be learning something that you always wanted to learn, like a language or dancing or, music, something like that. Filling that void back up is the next step of healing. And that's where life, the circle of life, will re-enter your life. And then we have the message patience here, which talks about, sometimes time is all that's needed to shift a problem, So embrace the problem. Let it be. Give your heart and your soul a little bit of a rest, okay? Also with the message of patience, I feel like for some of you, you've been incredibly patient with people, trying to work with them, sort of in this energy of like waiting for them to change or just waiting for a problem to shift. And so this message is actually saying like, sometimes instead of patience, what you need is radical acceptance for where people are at, where a situation is at. And when you have that radical acceptance and you say to yourself, okay, if this person or this thing was never to change, this is just who they are, what would I do differently? And usually in answering that question, you have the answer of what you should be doing in the present moment, as opposed to just being in this place of waiting. When we feel impatient, which is an awful emotion, it's because you are waiting. And Spirit's saying, don't wait for anyone or anything, okay? That's not good. Like, nothing's gonna change. Okay, being patient isn't just waiting around. Patience is radically accepting a situation for what it is and living your life. It may take months, it may take years for people to heal and become the soulmate you need them to be. It could take months, it could take years for a certain project or business to take off. Now I'm not getting any specific timing messages here, but Spirit's saying, stop waiting, because when you're waiting, it's just such a negative place to be energetically. And it actually like pushes what you want further behind anyways. So Spirit's saying, do something else. I remember, for example, I was so upset, like trying to grow this YouTube channel. And it was like painfully slow. And I was like letting that get to me for a while. But then I'm like, why am I sitting in this energy of waiting? And then I like started doing all these other projects, filling my life up with so much like beautiful, beautiful things to do and everything. And like I noticed that pattern a lot in my life. Like when I started my business doing personal readings, there would be long like lulls in people who would order readings, and I'd get very, very frustrated, upset, angry. Like I would literally just be waiting for money to roll in. And Spirit was like, why are you waiting? And that's actually when I started this YouTube channel in the first place. And then I had to do it again when, later on I'm like, waiting for the YouTube growth. That's when I started the apothecary. And then I was waiting for someone in my life to change. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not waiting anymore. Broke up with them. And I started the second YouTube channel. You know what I mean? So that's the circle of life here. Stop waiting for someone, something, etc. That's when it's time to just accept it for where it's at, move on, and fill your life up with whatever, you want to fill your life up with, okay? So we're going to get some tarot, and then we're going to be done. This is going to be a short reading. I had no intentions of this being a super long one. Just whatever messages want to come through can come through. How many cards do you guys want? Group number 1 is always like my experimental group. Like, I never really know what I'm doing. I just pull very intuitively. Oh, your flame just went out. Yeah, some of you guys, a flame is literally going out in your life. This could be like a relationship, something you were once passionate about, something you were waiting for. The change, you're radically accepting that it's not going to change, or if it will change, it will take a long time, especially if it's a person. And you know what? You don't have to wait around for that to happen. You can keep a compassionate, open heart and move on with your life, First card out is the Two of Wands. Yeah, this is talking about like looking at your future and everything that you can manifest. This person, they're standing on the top of this tower and they're getting like a bird's eye view of everything around them. They are making decisions on how to run their kingdom, how to rule their own life. And if they're just going to sit there and wait around for someone or something, it's just not going to go as well. Oh, you have Luna here. It's my cat, Luna, for those of you who don't know her. We have, wow, the tower. This is very symbolic because we were literally just saying this person standing on a tower and, they shouldn't wait around. And then the tower talks about the universe coming by and knocking something that is unhealthy on a toxic foundation down in your life. The tower brings massive upheaval and change in your schedule, in your circumstances, and it very frequently depicts big, massive endings, okay? And, whatever is ending at the time that you're watching this reading, or whatever has ended for you, it was not healthy, and you know this. It was not healthy. The foundation wasn't there. So if it was a relationship, the core foundation of healthy relationships was not there, which is like good communication, honesty, loyalty, room for each other. That foundation wasn't there. So this had to end, and it may have ended in flames and fury, but it ended nonetheless. And again, it's like, don't wait around for this person. Don't stand on the tower that's falling down. Don't put all of your eggs in this basket that's crumbling. This is a sign to let what's ending end and fill the void with things that are healthy, that are good, that are fulfilling for you. Let the ending take place. Don't even try to shift or change the problem. Let it be a problem. Let people be incompatible with you. Let situations be incompatible with you. You spoke your piece, have you not? You said your piece. I feel if you're watching this, you've probably told this person or this situation what you need, what you want. That's all that you can do. And, I keep wanting to say it takes a long time for someone to heal, for someone to change. Don't expect someone to be completely different overnight. For example, if you're dealing with like a situationship or a relationship where your person like is emotionally closed off, they don't like initiating dates, they never post you on social media, whatever. Don't expect them to show up to you one day and be like, I'm so sorry. I just posted all these pictures on social media of us to like show the world that I love you. And I booked this trip for us. And, I'm going to therapy now. Oh, if only. Yeah, that sounds unrealistic though, doesn't it? It's because it is. And, people can turn into this healed, healthy version, but it takes months at the minimum, okay? And Spirit's saying you don't have to wait around for this process to take place. In fact, we're actively advising you not to wait around for this to take place. The best case scenario, you can have an open heart to this person and let them know like, hey, I'm going to continue on with my life. This train is going to keep on rolling. However, I wish you the best. And, if you ever need anything, let me know. Like, we can stay in touch, but I'm moving on. That's like the best case scenario. And then if they do make the changes they need to make, then they can come back. It's something like that. If you want that. For others of you, this could even be just like completely closing something out. We have the 7 of Cups. Yeah, and I was kind of picking up on this as I was in the middle of saying that. A little bit of confusion from some of you guys, because for some of you, you may not even be in contact with someone that has ended, or it may have ended on really bad terms, and it's like, there's is there even a chance of the future being here? Spirit is really trying to get you to just focus on yourself, is what I'm seeing. 7 of Cups shows that there's a lot of different future paths available to you right now, and you don't necessarily have to choose one just yet. However, like I said earlier, I think the best course of action sometimes is just filling that void with something that is uplifting for you. So the separation, whatever it may have been that you went through where something has ended, fill that void. That's the next step. After the violent, aggressive initial grieving, then I feel like the next step of healing is, bringing more life into the cup that has emptied, the space in your life that is no longer occupied by this person, place, or thing. Okay? And I feel like that's where the 7 of Cups comes in, because it's there's so many different options of what you could do. And Spirit's really saying, don't do something that's this tower energy again. Don't hop right back into another toxic situation. Like I mentioned, learn new skills, focus on friends, do the things that you always wanted to do but never could before because you didn't have the time, the energy, whatever. We have the 7 of Swords. Wow, 2 7s. I feel like whatever is ending or has ended, it was really self-serving. This might have been a relationship, for example, with someone who was very selfish. Someone who took whatever they wanted and left you the bare minimum. They took a lot more than they gave here. And for some of you, again, there's this element of toxicity I'm sort of picking up on. This person may have intentionally tried to be vague or confusing with you. Why do I just get a feeling that some people who selected group number 1, you're ending a situationship, or even if it was a relationship, it was your person, the actions or lack thereof that they took, it made you question the relationship. Maybe they never, like I said, posted you on social media, or you never met their family, or they were weirdly vague about the future. I don't know. Or they didn't take you out on dates. It really felt like whatever you were dealing with was very much just in their own survival mode, thinking about their own survival, thinking about, how to keep going on their own. And this is someone who always had the mentality of being sort of a lone wolf, watching out for themselves. And even if you were in a deep committed relationship with them, they never really viewed you as a team, as a we, which I think was the problem here. And you deserve better than that, obviously, so I'm glad that you left, or that you are leaving. So yeah. And we have Justice coming out. Yeah, karma's on your side. Mama Karma. You don't have to get your retaliation. You don't have to get your revenge. This person, or whatever this is that, did you dirty or didn't have the healthy foundation that you needed to move on with them, they will make the realization on what they're missing out on in the future. Karma will do that to them. Karma will have them see what went wrong here. However, Karma is coming in as a spirit guide for you right now, and she's literally talking to you right now and saying, don't wait for me. Don't wait for this to happen. Go on and live your best life, okay? Fill that void up with things that make you happy, things that make you, entertained, and new relationships or friendships or hobbies or knowledge. Go do that. Actually, with you doing that, you help me out. karma saying to you. Isn't there like a Taylor Swift song like this? I don't listen to Taylor Swift. I don't really like Taylor Swift. Karma is a something or other. I don't know. What I'm trying to say here is like you being happy, you glowing, you being fulfilled in life is sometimes all of the revenge you need. And I don't even feel like you're trying to get revenge on anyone, but it's like you're actually like helping the spirit of karma out by detaching yourself from this unhealthy situation or relationship, enjoying your life, filling your cup up, filling this void that this person left up with beautiful, stunning things. Justice as a card is really positive, generally speaking, anyways. If you were in this situation, this relationship where, again, you were giving a lot more than you were receiving, and this person was taking a lot more than they were giving, that good energy is going to come back to you after, this relationship falls apart. It'll come back to you for sure. It may not come back in the form of this person literally showing up at your doorstep with flowers, begging for forgiveness. However, it will come back to you. And I was just explaining this in another reading where, you're going to move on and you're going to enjoy life. This person's going to realize where they went wrong, and they're not going to be able to stop thinking about you and this situation and regretting what they did and realizing. And while they're in that state, they are sending you all of the energy that they took without, reciprocating back to you. So the scales even out. Now, that you could be in no contact and this can happen. Them thinking about you, them, pouring so much into you. Mentally, psychically, that is how the energy can return back. And that energy will come through in various ways in your life, in the form of money, in the form of luck, blessings, abundance, new relationships, etc. But it's coming back. That's karma. It will balance out, okay? And you don't have to lift a single finger, okay? This is just the nature of energy, the nature of reality, the nature of this universe. So that's what Spirit wanted you to know today. I hope this message helped you. Go ahead and watch the other piles if you want. There may be messages for you there. I don't know. All right. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's see what messages Spirit has in store for you today. You have many paths coming out. Beautiful card. And this is a very clear and direct message telling you to take the journey off the beaten path. If you selected group number 2, I feel like you have a certain idea for your life right now that's like lingering in your headspace that you're being asked to literally just take action on right now. So I'll give you some examples. Some of you may be thinking to yourself, oh man, I want to go to the gym. I should start working out, blah, blah, blah. Others of you may be like, man, I want to start a podcast. We should do this podcast. Others of you are like, man, I always like writing and playing music. I should really record it, Others of you may be thinking like, man, I really want to move abroad and like live in another country. Or, you know what, I'm thinking about possibly like going on dates and dating again. I don't know what your specific thing is, but there is an idea here connecting with you in this reading. Now, all ideas are spirits. These are conscious spirits that connect with you because you are the one person in the collective consciousness that can bring them into physical reality. They want to be born. Just like little baby souls and spirits connect with parents to be born into this world, there are the spirits of ideas that want to be born into this world, and they connect with the people who can most manifest them. Here's the thing though, guys, you have to take action like right away on these ideas because when you get an idea, that means it's in the pool of the collective consciousness, meaning that there's probably several other people in the world who have that same idea. Because these ideas, they live in spirit. So they could be in multiple places at once. Time does not pertain to them. They're not bound to the laws of physics just yet, okay? So, you know, it's really, really important for you to take some sort of action the moment that a really good idea comes up for you. So, for example, if you get the idea like, oh, I want to, you know, take a trip to Germany. In that moment, go look up plane tickets to Germany, or like look it up, do something, take some sort of action. Okay, that actually happened to me. The reason why I said that was because that literally happened to me. I was gonna go to Germany, and then the trip got canceled because, you know, everyone that was supposed to go was like, yeah, we're broke, whatever. And then it was like 3 weeks before we were supposed to go, and I was thinking, man, I still want to go. And all of these signs started coming up around me, like, there was a friend that lived in Poland, and she was like, oh man, like, I'm only 2 hours away from Berlin. I wish you would have came when you should have, blah, blah, blah. There was, like, I kept seeing, like, German last names everywhere I went. And one night I'm like, you know, what if I just go anyways? And right when I had that thought, that idea, I'm like, I know I need to take action on this. I looked online at plane tickets, and I found a $200 round trip direct flight from New York City to Berlin, which is like unheard of. That is so cheap. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Really? Like, just $200 to fly to Berlin from New York? Oh my God. So I had to buy it. So I just bought it right in that moment. I'm like, the universe has led me this far. I'm going to trust my instincts. And then after that, I was at my friend's house, and again, I got hit by the random idea. I should book the place to stay right now. And I went online. Lo and behold, I found hostel beds for $12. And it was a pretty small room with only like 2 other people. I was traveling with someone else, so it would have been like us 2 and then 2 others. And I should have bought it right then and there when I had the idea. But with that one, I hesitated. I'm like, I'm not going to buy it right now. And of course, when I finally went to buy, you know, a place to sleep, all of the hostels were booked up. I had to get an Airbnb, and I ended up spending like almost $900. And I could have spent $12 a night. But I didn't listen to my intuition. I didn't listen to my instincts. So that's what I get, you know? So anyways, that's sort of the wisdom of this Many Paths card. You have a good idea right now, take action on it immediately, okay? Don't hesitate. For a lot of you, this idea is off the beaten path. So people like your parents and family probably would be like, oh my gosh, you're so crazy for doing that. Meh. Do it anyways, okay? We have relationship coming out as a message. Interesting. I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always met abundantly, or are always abundantly met. So that's a beautiful message, you know. I feel like for a lot of you, you have this like instinct to do a certain idea, but then you also have this message here of creating healthy relationships and being healthier in relationships. I'm seeing for a lot of you, it may be on the back of your mind, like, how can I improve my relationship if you're in one? Okay, and I'm seeing like this idea of going on more one-on-one trips with your person, or like more dates, especially if it's a long-term relationship. I think over time we become like literally best friends with our partners and are so trusting, and it's so beautiful, but we end up living our own individual lives, and I feel like sometimes, you know, that can lead to us not neglecting the relationship, but like just not prioritizing it as much, not going on dates anymore, etc. You know, I know this from experience. I've been in a long-term relationship going on like 6 years now, and yeah, I'm seeing here the need for some of you to do that, to bring some excitement in. You know, I keep thinking about travel, so I do wonder if some of you are being asked by the universe to book a trip or to travel. Maybe you have the idea to do that, or maybe you have the idea to move in general. So many ideas here, so many ideas. I do wonder if some of you are starting a business with a partner as well. Interesting. All right, we're going to get some cards, though, some tarot cards to get further clarity. This is going to be a short reading. I had no intentions of this being super long in the first place, so we'll just get 5 cards and see what comes out. I love the backs of these cards because you can't see the room that I'm filming in, but it's hot pink and it matches my room, so love that. We have Sacred Clown in reverse, otherwise known as the Fool in reverse. This is what it looks like upright. Beautiful card. And this goes perfectly hand in hand with everything we were just talking about. When the Fool comes out in reverse, it's really saying like, bro, there's something going on here in your mind. Like there is an idea, a relationship, there's something that you're consciously talking about. Like I really think you even talk to your friends like, oh, I should do this, I should do that. And you just haven't started for some reason, or you haven't committed to it for some reason. And this card is saying, bro, just do it. Like what the heck? For some of you, I do wonder if this is a relationship. Like you've been talking to someone and, you know, analyzing it and you're like, well, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, just propose to them or like, just commit to them. Like it's good. They're good. For the majority of you though, this is like literally an idea. Like, oh, I should go to the gym. I should start a YouTube channel. I should start a podcast. I should start painting again. I should learn how to dance. I should move. I should buy a condo. I should buy a car. You just do it. JDI. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. Okay, here's what I'm seeing very, very, very clearly. Whatever this thing is for you, it is gonna be so impactful on your life and be such a more like long-standing legacy thing than you even realize right now. Okay, like you can't even imagine it, okay? For example, like when I started going to the gym again, like I've been going to the gym on and off my entire life, okay? I didn't think it would be like a long-term thing. I'm like, okay, I'll just go to the gym for like a few weeks, feel good, and you know, the same thing will happen. It'll just fizzle out and I'll go back again like a year later. I didn't realize that when I went back a year and a half ago, that like I literally was committing to going like 3 to 5 times a week, and I have not missed a week yet. Like I've been going. It's like a long-standing thing, a long-standing habit that I'm probably gonna have for the rest of my life now. I didn't realize that when I started, but here I am. Same thing when I went vegetarian at 14. I was like, okay, I really want to do this, but you know, I'll probably fail. I'll probably eat meat, whatever. Because I failed before, you know, I tried to become vegetarian. It lasted like a month and then I ate meat. And then like 2 months after that, I tried again. And who would have thought that, how many years has it been? 11 years later, I am still a vegetarian. I still have not, well, I have eaten meat on accident a few times, usually via people who suck. But yeah, like who would have thought? This is something that's going to happen to you. You have an idea right now and you're being asked to literally just get started. Okay, getting started is the hardest part. But what you don't see is that this will be a long-standing thing. This could even be a relationship. If you're dating someone right now, these cards are saying commit. You know, this person will be in your life way longer than I think you even realize. Like this is the good stuff right here. Whatever you are pregnant with right now, okay, whatever idea or thing that's like cooking in the oven of your life right now, it's gonna last so much longer and be so much more prosperous than you even realize. We have the moon, which is such a corresponding card and message with this whole reading, with everything we're talking about. The moon is saying, step into the darkness, step into the unknown. You don't know how this is gonna go. You have no idea what the future looks like. It's scary. This is a new path for you. But this is going to lead you to success, to prosperity, to love, to fulfillment, to your 10 of Pentacles, your legacy, your personality, your passion unfolding before your very eyes. But you need to take the first step into this unknown path. And you know what? The first step onto this path, your intuition is guiding you to take this. That's the moon. The moon represents your intuition, your dreams. Your intuition keeps telling you, do this, do this, do this. And it's literally manifesting verbally. Like you're saying it to people. I should really do this. I should really do this. That's your intuition. Learn it. Learn how to listen to it. If you want to learn how to listen to your intuition better, this is like my number one piece of psychic advice. Like if you want to like become very psychic, take action on your intuition as soon as it comes up, okay? That's the message, all right? Do it today. I don't care if it's the middle of the night. I don't care when you're watching this. Whatever this idea is, do it right now. I remember, actually, speaking of my long-term relationship that's going on 6 years now, my boyfriend did that to me. It was 2:30 in the morning. Okay, we had been like, we'd been friends for like over a year, but we started like kind of like sleeping together for like a few months, hanging out like one-on-one for like a few months. He literally called me up at 2:30 in the morning, and he was like, I was at my ex's house, like, 'cause he was still friends with his ex, and it just felt wrong. It felt weird, and I couldn't stop thinking about you, and like I just had this gut feeling like I'm supposed to be with you, like I want to be with you. He literally called me at 2:30 in the morning to tell me all this and like declare his love for me, essentially. He even drove to my house, and we went for a walk that late at night, and we were just talking, and he was admitting all of his feelings because that's what his intuition said. Now, it was a very, very scary decision for him to make that choice because we weren't committed. I was talking to other people. He was, still hanging out with his ex. And not only that, but we were in the same friend group. So if I were to reject him or hate him or whatever, like, it would have made things really, really weird. Okay. But his intuition said, do this. And he listened. And 6 years later, we are still together. We have a house together. We have 3 happy kitty cats. And that's what happens when you listen to your intuition, guys, even when it's scary, even when you don't know how people are going to react, and I could say the same thing. I have so many examples of how listening to my intuition and doing something that was very like difficult and scary has led me to like countless prosperity. Like even starting this YouTube channel for 5 years, I was saying, I should start a YouTube channel. And I never even knew like what to film. And then like one summer, actually that same summer that I ended up with him, ironically, same time period, I kept watching pick a card readings. And I'm like, you know what? I can do this. Like, cause I was a tarot reader. I already had my business. I can do this. And then I just randomly decided one day, I'm just going to film. And I believe I started by filming the 12 zodiac sign, like October 2019 readings. Those were my first videos. I literally filmed like 12 videos in one sitting and I posted them, and you know what, they got like maybe like 10 to 50 views each, and that alone I was shocked. I was like, I thought these would get 0 views, all of them. I can't believe, like, who the heck. And I think I even got like 3 subscribers or something from that, and I'm like, oh man, I'm making it big. So, but you know what, like even though I had minimal views, I guess you could say, like it felt good because my intuition told me to do that, and I kept doing it. I kept filming. And then a few months later, I reached my first 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So there we go, guys. Listen to your intuition. We have the sun. This is what happens. This is what the outcome is going to be. You have the moon and the sun. When you take that step onto this unknown path, whatever it is for you, happiness, prosperity, love, long-term happiness, prosperity, and love. Guys, I'm like disturbed. Like I am so ungodly curious about what this is for you. So leave a comment down below. Like, listen to your intuition. What is this talking about? What idea do you have in your mind that you believe this is talking about? Put it in the comment section to cement that. And then after you comment it, go and do it after this reading. Like literally get started after this reading. Call your person up, tell them your feelings. Film your first video, do your first podcast, order the guitar that you want to learn how to play, download Duolingo and start learning that language. Look into houses, look into jobs at the city that you want to move to. Like literally do it today. I'm not even exaggerating. I don't care if it's 2:30 in the morning. You have the 6 of Swords, moving to calmer waters. From starting this, not only are you going to have this long-term happiness and success, but it will bring you to a much more stable place in your life, financially, emotionally, on all levels. Like you'll feel calmer than where you're at now. It'll feel right. This path will feel right. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. This was a beautiful reading, very inspiring. Like this video, like I said, comment your thoughts, feelings down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. Let's see what messages Spirit has in store for you today. I was going to light this candle, but it blew itself out for group 1 and 2, so you get a blank candle. Your first card out is Lightning in Reverse. Okay. This is really interesting. So lightning represents like a renewed passion, creativity, and intensity in life. So it's coming out in reverse as a medicine. So it's like the spirit of lightning itself is trying to heal something within you, help you in some way. Here's what the book has to say. Life has gifted you with a destiny that is in alignment with your passion and in harmony with all existence on earth. So let's pause and really unpack that sentence. The path that you are on in life, your destiny, what you're here to do, is fully in alignment with what you are passionate about. And it's in harmony with all existence on earth, meaning it's not going to bring any damage, any unbalanced energies to any person or animal or the environment, okay? So keep that in mind and think about what you're doing right now, okay? Your life purpose, your destiny is something that you're very passionate about. You're going to wake up every day excited to do this thing, and it's not going to bring harm to anyone or anything, okay? We're getting some clues here, okay? Now lightning has come to jolt you into accepting your destiny. Let this initiation release what is in the way of your fulfilling your life purpose. Otherwise, you'll be bound to your karmic fate. This is a time to be courageous and daring. Okay, the example that popped up into my head when I was reading this. Someone watching, and this will be like maybe one person I'm seeing here, or it could be a few people. You may be in a job right now that brings damage to the world. Okay, for example, you could be like an engineer who works at like a place that designs weapons of mass destruction. Okay, and while that may be a great paying job, it certainly does not bring harmony to the planet. Okay, you may be working in a place that, like the pharmaceutical industry, for example, and you may have beliefs that it is bringing a lot more damage than good to, whatever. I don't care where you work at. Some of you guys watching, you literally have a job that you feel does not bring harmony to the planet. Some of you may be working at prisons. I'm seeing like you may be a social worker working in a prison setting, and that may be very disturbing for you to see the unbalance, the inequality, the unfairness there, okay? So I'm getting something like that. All right, first and foremost. Others of you may be working in a job where it's not necessarily that it brings disharmony to the planet, but it's definitely one that you're not passionate about. And the exact example I'm receiving here is, for some reason I'm seeing like working in the legal field. So someone here may be working in the legal field in some way, and it like is so painful for you, like painfully boring, or you just don't like it. Maybe even your work environment feels toxic or something. And you may have a dream of like being a barista or something. You may have a dream of making pottery, or just having like a stupid job. Like I know someone who is a nurse and they make incredible money, and all they want to do is quit their job and work at like Macy's, have like a super easy job, or like a Kohl's or something. They just want like a retail, like low-key job, stocking the shelves and helping people make their purchases. And you know what? That's cool. Like, do what you're passionate about. Work in a field that does not bring harm to anyone or anything. Now, this can get a little tricky because one can argue, well, if I worked at like a Macy's or a Kohl's or whatever, the people who made those clothes were slaves and, child labor, blah, 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 blah. Okay. You selling clothes is not bringing disharmony to the planet. All right. Now, if you were working for a clothing manufacturing company that used slave labor, that would be a little bit different. Okay. You selling clothes is not. No. Okay. Now that we got that cleared up, the spirit of lightning is jolting you awake, or is trying to jolt you awake through this reading and tell you like it is cool. It is cool to make big life changes towards your destiny. Remember these two things. It's something that you're passionate about, and it's something that does not bring harm to the planet. Okay? Okay. We have divine timing coming in. And it says, the divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. Okay. I think the timing is right. The timing feels really right. I feel like you are gearing up to living a life that is your destiny. For some of you guys, you may already be living your destiny. I'm feeling a lot of entrepreneurs in group number 3. A lot of people who, some of you guys may not be making the best money right now, but you're doing something that feels very aligned with you. For example, I run this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel currently, at the time that I'm filming, does not make a ton of money. But I feel good every time I film. I want to film every day. This is my destiny. This is my passion. And it brings healing to the planet, not suffering. And so I feel like this reading is giving a lot of people permission to change their life in a way where, here's one thing I want to say, guys. I've had so many weird, odd jobs throughout the years, and I've worked for other people before. I'd rather be living in poverty, really happy with what I'm doing and how my day goes, being able to sleep enough, waking up and doing what I love every day, and being my own boss, as opposed to having a job that's mediocre wage, working for someone else. I wake up miserable every day with no sleep, etc. Okay? I don't know why I just said that, but maybe some of you need to hear that. And let's not glamorize poverty either. All right? Because I've been there, and there's nothing glamorous about it. That's always funny to me. I feel like a lot of people who grew up wealthy, I sometimes notice them trying to do things that are simulates the poverty experience, like the trend of living in a van and move just driving across the country, essentially being homeless. I'm like, poor people do that and get ridiculed, and then rich people do it, and it's the coolest thing ever. What? I don't know why I just mentioned that, but we're gonna get 5 cards to further elaborate. Your energy is all over the place, guys. I feel like spirit is just wanting you to flow with your ideas. Let them come through. Don't live a life that is not aligned with you. Many of you need to hear that. The career path, and I feel like this is really a career reading. The career path you selected may not, you may have selected that for society, for your parents, for whatever, not for you. Now, for others of you, you have selected something that is for you, that is destined for you. And if you're already living this destiny, what I want to say is that you will have that abundance, those finances very shortly. That's why the divine timing card's coming out for you. If you're already living your purpose and you're saying to the universe, I need to make more money doing this, Spirit is answering you and saying, you will keep going even harder, keep expanding. Keep taking those actions. Keep following your ideas. Start another business if you want. Keep letting this creativity flow through you during this process. You will get there. You will make money. This is your confirmation, if that's your scenario. For others of you, you need to take the leap of faith. And I'm not saying you're going to be broke if you do. I'm seeing 2 distinct groups of people here. The ones who have taken that leap of faith and you are struggling financially, and those who haven't taken the leap of faith because you worry about finances. Live your truth, though. Let me tell you, you're going to be miserable if you keep doing what you're doing and it's not aligned with what you want and why you're here. Be authentic. Be yourself. All right. We're going to get 5 cards. Leave a comment down below. What is your dream? What is your destiny? Do you know? If you don't know, comment that down below as well. I don't know, but here's what I'm doing now. I'd love to hear. All right? I'm sure other people watching would like to read that too. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse, okay? 6 of Wands to me is like a really successful type of card. You know, it's really showing me like your success is building. Like you will succeed at what your authentic soul is trying to get you to do. And if you're already doing it, like keep up the good work, keep expanding, keep growing, keep doing even more of what you're doing. You will see that success, those results, the money is going to flow in, I promise you. Spirit is saying keep going even harder. Do it even more. You know, let all your creative ideas out, like do them. A lot of you have like, if you already are living your destiny, living your dream career or your business or whatever, I feel like you have a list in your mind of like the ideas you want to do to expand this. And Spirit's saying, don't wait to do this list. Do it now. Like literally do it now. Okay, that's what's going to bring this divine timing like closer and closer and closer. This success, this money, closer and closer by actually doing the list that you have right now, okay? We have the wheel of fortune spinning in your direction, guys. Wow, this is a good career and money reading. If you have your own business or you're like a freelancer or you're doing something that is really aligned with your destiny, like something you really want, even if you're employed by someone, you're going to get a lot of money and recognition from this. However, it's going to involve you following like some sort of idea that you have. For example, if you're like a first grade teacher and that's your dream job, like you always wanted to teach children, you know, you may be thinking like, how am I going to be making more money doing this right now? Like I have a fixed income. Like this is the amount I make every week, every 2 weeks. Like I can't change that. And Spirit's saying, yes, but you know that idea that you had of writing a book on like how to be a good teacher, or you know that public speaking that you wanted to do, inspirational based off your experiences from teaching like first graders, do that. That may be what gets you this extra money. Or, you know, you may even have a side hustle idea. Like, I love this job teaching, totally aligned with what I want to do, but I also want to learn how to do nails. You know, I also want to learn how to, you know, put acrylic sets on people and do those fancy designs. And you know what? Maybe I could do that on the weekends. Whew, you guys are going to be making money. Moolah. A lot of fortune, a lot of recognition is coming your way. But you have to be a little bit more aggressive in pursuing your ideas. Actually, group number 2 had a very similar reading, so you may want to go and watch their reading as well. We have the Prince of Swords. Yes, swords are ideas, thoughts, directions in life. This is something new. Oh, wow, and look, there's a bomb down there. Tick, 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 tick. Time's a ticking. Okay? Take action. You know, now is the time to break out of the environments that are not aligned with you, that are not authentic. You know, now is the time to start looking at your life and changing the script so that way you're living your destiny, number 1. You're living your passion. Every day you wake up and you're able to do something you feel passionate about. That passion does not harm anyone on this planet or the planet itself. And it gets you good money. Okay? Spirit's saying all of these things can be met. Okay? Put a little bit more effort into it. Trust it. We have the Lovers coming out. Whenever the Lovers comes out in a reading that's not necessarily romantic, it really shows me like making a yes decision. a life-changing decision to go towards something. Although, speaking of romance, if you're interested in romance, you do have the Prince of Swords here, the Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands reversed, Lovers. This also paints a story of someone recognizing your worth and reaching out and communicating to you with a desire to be with you. So I would also expect some communication in the romantic department as well if you're single. Okay, that's looking good. Someone definitely wants to have a future with you, wants to be with you. They may have been sleeping on your beauty previously, but now that you're aligned with your authenticity, you're really living your dream. It makes you more glowing. It makes your light brighter. And that brightness, that light is so unbelievably attractive. So that may be why people are coming more forward towards you. And, you know, the same thing can be said if you have like a business or some sort of job that requires you to amass a certain audience or customers or something. The more you dive into your authenticity and take action on all of your ideas and are just like really passionate, like allowing your passions to unfold and, you know, all that, you glow and you attract that audience. You attract those people who are meant to, you know, be there. You attract the clients. I'm so sorry. I've never yawned during a reading before. I'm just so comfy right now. Your energy is comfy, guys. All right. Final card out is the Two of Wands. Yes. A whole new future path is opening up for you. The Two of Wands gives me the idea of like possibilities, excitement, you know, things to look forward to. You're going through a portal that takes you into a much better future path for you. If you're already doing what you feel destined to do and you're not seeing the money for it, I feel like pursuing your ideas more aggressively will bring you that money. For example, like let's just say you were working in the legal field and you quit your job to be a barista. Obviously, you probably took a bit of a pay cut. However, you know, as you're baristaing and having fun doing it, you know, living your best life doing it, you may get the additional idea, like maybe at home you cook a lot and you may get the idea, you know, I cook these really cool recipes. I love making new recipes. You know, maybe I should consider starting a food blog. All right, maybe I should consider writing a cookbook or creating content around that or something. Like it unfolds in weird, beautiful ways, and your destiny, your life path, you know, it's not like you're destined to do one thing. In fact, a lot of you are probably destined to do many things, to wear many hats. You know, maybe you want to be a cutthroat lawyer. Maybe that's your destiny. And on top of that, an amazing mom. Okay, those are two completely different life paths, but they're both simultaneously yours. You have multiple destinies worth exploring here. And Spirit's saying if you're waiting for the money to roll in, for the prosperity, or like you feel like things are moving slow, consider, and the thing that you're doing is aligned with your destiny, consider that there are other things to pursue, like a side business or another aspect of life, or, you know, that may get the ball rolling even more energetically and financially, prosperously. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. Comment how this resonated down below. I'd love to hear like what your dream is. What is your dream? Group number 3. Talk about it in the comment section. I would love to know. And are you currently living that dream? Are you having any issues with that dream currently? Like it's not bringing in enough money, for example. And yeah, just let me know what you think, guys. All right, subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Like this video. Love you. Bye-bye.